This video is about my thoughts on Shaolin versus Wing Chun. First off, I want to say that I don't believe that Shaolin or Wing Chun, the system, really exists in America. If anything, more of the real systems will exist in China. So the Shaolin would be the Shaolin temple coming from the Shaolin, but it doesn't make sense to me, if there's ever such a thing as a Shaolin Kung Fu in Chicago or in America when the Shaolin temple is over there in China. Even if there was a Shaolin monk that left China to come to America to establish his own school, I don't think it's Shaolin anymore. I think it's that monk's expression of the martial arts that's deviated from the Shaolin, in which to create his own school in America, deciding whatever he's going to call it. But Shaolin to me is like representing actually the Shaolin temple, where it's coming from. And from my understanding, from what I've read, I believe that Wing Chun was developed from the Shaolin, where it's like one of the women, she was like a part of the Shaolin temple, and then she had to create something really quick and effective for her, and then she ended up creating the Wing Chun system. So in my opinion, Shaolin is, from what I've seen, from what's been advertised, in videos and their demonstrations, I have more respect for their hard work than I do from what I've seen of Wing Chun. The Shaolin, they're known for like the Shaolin monks, and they're known to be working really hard. They got some crazy type of training. I've seen some Shaolin monks that are really, really fast with their techniques. I've seen them do some amazing fitness feats. I've seen them working with all sorts of different weapons. They're known for like using the bow staff and like the chain whip and things like that. They're known to even hang from trees and train their necks to take a lot of pain. They're known to take a lot of pain. They're known to do long hours of meditation. They're known to do, I've seen a Shaolin monk on video do like a 2-finger handstand push-up. A lot of these Shaolin monks can do handstands no problem. They could do kip-ups with no hands, no problems. A lot of these Shaolin monks that I've seen are really, really fit. And from what I know, they are vegetarians, they practice Buddhism, they do a lot of meditation, and from what I know, their life is training, and martial arts is like their way of life. So the real Shaolin monks, I really do respect their level of skill and hard work. But I can't say the same for Wing Chun. I haven't really seen much of anything from Wing Chun promoting something of a high level of hard work. I see Bruce Lee, but he's not representing Wing Chun. Bruce Lee's representing his own way. Bruce Lee was representing his own way. He was representing Jun Fan Kung Fu, and then he called it Jeet Kune Do, and then he decided not to call it anything. But Bruce Lee was representing his own hard work. And of course I respected Bruce Lee. I respect the hard-working Shaolin monks, but I don't see anybody from my eyes that is representing Wing Chun, that's representing really hard work. Even Bruce Lee dropped the label. And he knew it was ineffective and not good enough. Too classical. His books right now, I'm rereading the Tao of Jeet Kune Do, and he keeps talking about these classical styles without saying specifically Wing Chun, I know a lot of his thoughts are directed at Wing Chun. You could tell his ideas is like, that system is garbage. You know, there needs to be something more fluid, more living, not dead. And it's not Wing Chun. You know, so I respect Bruce Lee, his Jeet Kune Do, his way in the martial art. It's a lot of hard work. I respect those hard-working Shaolin monks. I respect Floyd Mayweather. I respect, Muhammad Ali, even Mike Tyson. I mean, people that worked really hard in expressing their talents and skills. But I feel that Wing Chun is getting too much attention out there, too much credit for something I don't feel it deserves. I don't understand why everybody keeps talking about Wing Chun, but then Shaolin, I mean, you see so many videos of all these talented monks, but then nobody's really saying Shaolin. Everybody's talking about Wing Chun. And I think that that's like a marketing scheme. I think it's just corruption for a certain system to get all this credit of which it does not deserve. I feel that Bruce Lee deserves a lot of credit for his hard work. I see that Jeet Kune Do deserves a lot more credit. I see that Shaolin and all the things, the amazing things that those monks have been able to do coming out of the Shaolin temple, I feel that they deserve a lot of credit. Because to me that's a lot of hard work. But I don't even see one single person representing Wing Chun to a very high level. Because Bruce Lee is not in that category. Bruce Lee wasn't even representing Wing Chun. That's just the system of which he studied and started off with. And then he started representing his own. And I don't see anything special with that system, honestly. That's just my opinion. So my opinion is Shaolin over Wing Chun, as far as my observations and as far as seeing the individuals representing that method. The Shaolin method, if you type in Shaolin Kung Fu, you see a lot of videos, some very, very talented, legit monks coming from the Shaolin temple doing some crazy, amazing stuff. But Wing Chun, see nothing. Bruce Lee, obviously, I respect him and his hard work, and he's representing himself. And he never really trained anybody to get to his level. He just never did. So he's just basically representing himself. Shaolin Temple, they've trained a bunch of monks throughout all of the thousands of years to get to a very high level. And I respect their hard work. But I don't see there's such a thing as a Shaolin Temple in America. That's like saying, that's like saying that the Great Wall of China is in America. It's not. It doesn't exist in America. America doesn't have the Great Wall of China. America doesn't have a Shaolin temple. So I don't see any school that's legitimate in America that's trying to claim Shaolin. The only real legitimate Shaolin is in China, in the Shaolin temple. In my opinion, that's the only legit Shaolin. As far as Wing Chun is concerned, in my opinion, I don't feel that it really exists anymore. It's just all corrupted. Whatever they're calling it Wing Chun is not really Wing Chun. It's just something else. I feel that Shaolin is different because it's representing a certain part of China. It's representing the Shaolin temple. As long as the Shaolin temple is existing, then the Shaolin Kung Fu exists. But if the temple gets demolished and destroyed, and then they have to relabel it something else, then it becomes something else. And then Bruce Lee is the only individual that I see is representing Jeet Kune Do. I don't see anybody else legitimately representing Jeet Kune Do. It was only Bruce Lee, and that was it. But that's my views on it at this moment.